if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. You do not sell your Bitcoin. Thank you.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
Within a decade, crypto and blockchain technology will be the 12th sector of the S&P.
Bitcoin doesn't have any value in and of itself. It's not backed up by anything.
Roughly a coin, average price of $30,700. Spent about $4 million on it.
Is that we are not buying this dip because it's not a dip.
I can't believe this was right in front of our eyes and nobody noticed the entire time. Do you know what this pattern is? This is perhaps the biggest pattern we've seen for Bitcoin in nearly 8 months. But do you know what happens if a full confirmation is confirmed? And do you know exactly where a full confirmation happens? Button your shorts, give your mom a kiss, and open up your charts because we are about to blow some cheeks. I'm your host, Spitz Magoo, and what we've just discovered on these charts is potentially one of the most mesmerizing and insane patterns that has developed in these charts for the past 8 months. We're going to be talking exactly what the price breakout level is and when this full confirmation is indeed about to happen, because this pattern is nearly complete. And I'm actually shocked that everybody on the planet and their mothers are not talking about this pattern. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications to never miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well, if you're interested in any trading bonuses or deals, over 16,000 in the description below. And specifically, the confirmation that we're going to be talking about in this video, I am going to be adding to my position. I'm already actually in many positions right now, but if this were confirmed in any way, shape, or form, this is gigantic. As I'm sure many of you know, how depleted Bitcoin is. Is this the pattern we've been waiting for? Let's jump in. Unbelievable. Right here is the pattern that we want to talk about. But there's actually many things going on in this chart first. Before we get into this big pattern, the one thing is that, just a couple of, about 2 weeks ago, we saw the momentum flip on the MACD on the daily chart for Bitcoin, which at the same time, since that's happened, where we've seen this momentum flip here, we've actually also seen bullish divergence actually shape up on Bitcoin's chart with the RSI and Bitcoin's price here. So those are two gigantic things, and we're going to lead into that because this is the daily chart. On the 3-day chart as well, we're about to see this same bullish flip of the MACD get this cross. Remember, about 2 weeks ago, we got it on the daily chart. Now we're about to see it follow through on the 3-day chart. And naturally, if that does happen, we're already starting to see the earliest hints of a potential curve here on the weekly chart. And naturally as well, again, it would take more time, but the slowing down of the dumpiness on the monthly chart. That's the big thing about this is looking at the smaller time frames and then expanding to see if it is being replicated and followed through on the longer time frames, which again, we're about to see this here on the 3-day now, which is significant because that leads into the weekly, as we see the weekly MACD kind of slowly start to shift over after an insane amount of dumpiness, let's put it that way. But also with that, on this 3-day chart, you see again, Bitcoin continuing to test the bottom of this. I personally believe that I think the most likely next big move, again, I think is going to be a swing to the upside here. Potentially, obviously getting rejected up at this level, but that's not the point. And that's actually what I want to talk about here. So what this pattern is considered, or pretty much, in my opinion, looks like a perfect Adam and Eve double bottom pattern here. And we're going to be going over this really quickly, but here you see the little Adam, as they call it right here, and the Eve. I take it because, because it's like a nice little beautiful bottom here. And there are a few key things, and pretty much if we look at this, I'm going to show you why it's so significant, and it's not just a bunch of giggly goop, right? Not a bunch of turkey gobble. But first, obviously it's worth noting the DXY is hitting highs of the last 2 decades still. A lot of people, again, I think this is going to top out soon. That's the point. Right now, it's very, very, very strong, but that momentum can shift like that. In fact, the DXY has been going parabolic. And just like people should get afraid of Bitcoin, once it's up a couple 100%, people should start to think, oh, wow, it might be topping out soon. I think that's exactly what people should be thinking about here with the DXY. It's been going crazy for over a year now. We might have to, it might make sense to start thinking, okay, maybe we're topping out soon. Okay, it's already pumped a lot. But basically here, an Adam and Eve double bottom chart pattern here. This is a pattern that is observed during a downward trend. Are we in a downward trend? Yes. Okay. It indicates a trend reversal and a bullish rally is seen thereafter. It is a double bottom pattern. 2 valleys are observed. The first one being an atom, a narrow V pattern, so here, like this, and the second one being a Eve pattern, which is a wider rounded bottom. Nice. Very nice. Anyway, the rise between both the values should be at least 10% higher, whereas the difference between both price bottoms should be very less. The average time is about a month for both of these formations here, and it's already been going on pretty much since, well, next week it'll be a month. So, and it doesn't even have to be a month, but they're just saying the average is there. So again, that criteria also fits here. The pattern is observed only after the price goes above the peak after the second value is formed. But there's one big thing I want to also point out, but basically this right here is where like the breakout level would be. This is where I think a lot of people will get very bullish and put in long positions and expect it to go up. This is where the confirmation is, right? This is the ultimate confirmation. With every pattern with TA, you need a confirmation for all of it. That's the big thing, right? People think that you can just predict everything with TA. No, it's just a tool. Can it be wrong? All the time. Can it be right? Yes. So it's never guaranteed. Okay, thinking that these patterns are guaranteed is silly, but using them to your advantage is very important. And then, not using them to your advantage is also equally as silly. If you have a tool that can increase your profit by like 1%, why would you not use it? That being said, TA can increase your profit by a lot more than 1%, but even if it was only 1%, I would still use it. Why would you not? Any advantage is an advantage. But moreover, there is a huge volume near the Atom Valley compared to the Eve Valley. Do we have that? Yes, and you can see that here. This is the Atom volume right here, and this is the Eve volume. So yes, we have that as well. The volume was much higher here than it is here. So basically, all the criteria of this pattern is met, and it looks exactly identical to this. Not to mention, like I just said, we have this bullish divergence formed here. We have the MACD also indicating the same exact thing of a nice bullish upswing in the short term possible. Now, with all that being said, none of this means we're going straight into a bull market. All this could mean, in my opinion, is that we're about to have a breakout to the upside. Could we go all the way up to 28,000 and then go back down? Yes. Could we go all the way up to the $30,000 range and then go back down? Yes. And I personally think that that is the more likely option. I personally think that not only is that possible, I think that makes the most sense out of anything right now. Just because we're in a very shaky environment macroeconomically and globally and with everything around the world, that doesn't mean that we can't get little breakouts. In fact, we get breakouts in bear markets all the time. The only difference is in a bear market, after the breakout, it usually just continues down. Okay, but the point of this is that a breakout in the short term is very likely. And in my opinion, again, I think that's an amazing opportunity for a trade in this environment. Now, it is a bit longer of a trade. It's not something that's a day trade, right? It's a much bigger swing trade that would, again, take place over like a monthly time frame, which it looks as though it's about to culminate in the potential for this breakout. So basically, one way to look at this, if you're in a trading position now, you could put your stop loss a little bit below where the low was back here at the end of June or something like that, right? Because then that would kind of invalidate this pattern a little bit more. Definitely below this pattern, or below this low here of about 17,000. If it broke that, then clearly that's not that's a complete confirmation of it being busted. So it would be invalidated. But yeah, for the most part, if we do head up, this level isn't super high. It's only at 22,000. So about another $1,500 from when I'm making this video higher to really have this test and confirmation of an actual big breakout that could lead us into the $30,000 range. Not that much higher than we currently are. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications, services, absolute time-sensitive alerts, and as well, if you're interested in any bonuses or deals for trading or getting altcoins, use the links below and you get up to an additional 16,000, over 16,000 for the 3 exchanges below. All you have to do is click those links, and there's also tutorials popping up. They're only about 3 to 4 minutes each, 3 to 5 minutes each, very quick, and it takes less than a minute to sign up. Without any further ado, that's it for me.